Over the past 3 years, the Wrestleverse has continued to expand like never before. Sanctioned and unsanctioned fight leagues, wrestling promotions, underground fight clubs, and narrative correctors. The Wrestleverse continues to become ever more connected with each passing second, opening doors to dream matches fans never thought were possible. Now, fight promotions across the globe are allowing wrestlers to compete in competitive markets, creating a broader portfolio for the competitors and a hell of a lot of amazing fight cards for the Wrestleverse. This is a Wrestleverse Top 10.
What's up, fight fans? Greetings from the Wrestleverse. It's your boy T-John. And of course, you know what time it is. You saw the intro. It's time for your Wrestleverse Top 10. So we got a lot of pretty interesting news for you guys today. So let's just jump right in with number 10. All right, man. So starting off with number 10, some pretty interesting news has come up. So we have NXT. It may just be coming back home to Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida. So WWE has not taped anything, any NXT content from Full Sail since October of 2020. So it's been a good while. Like, it's been over 2 years, and that was mainly because of COVID. They had a really nice relationship with the school beforehand. It was a really good place, you know, for the students to really learn as well. Like you see, like this picture here, a lot of volunteers and stuff from Full Sail. So it really worked out for everybody. So, you know, the split between them was amicable, but they have always been talking about returning. So it will be really interesting to see them come back, because I know, like, for me, that's how I knew of NXT, and it'll just be really interesting to see them go back. I'm a fan of that, but yeah, you never know. Apparently they have been in talks for a while about bringing it back. So yeah, I'm just interested to see that happen. So we will see. But let's get into more interesting news with number 9. Oh no, not again, guys. Oh no, my mic isn't muted, so you guys can hear me. Cool. I just had to make sure. I had a flashback real quick. So, what's up, Keith? I see you. But let's get into number 9. Sonya Deville's Stalker case is reportedly, you know, the case is closed, which was a very, very crazy thing that I heard. I was not aware of how this case was until I just read about it today. But she had a whole legal situation involving a man named Philip A. Thomas, who broke into her home while Andy Rose was there with the intentions of kidnapping her. So that is super, super crazy news. The court document from earlier this week showed that both cases, felony and stalking against Thomas, have been closed. As of this time, Sonya Deville hasn't said anything about the situation. I'm not sure if he is still in the Florida State Hospital. From my knowledge, he is still there. But I know that in terms of like the WWE verse, that apparently caused a lot of her story to be changed. So that's how you see her now in her officiating role. She took a long time away from the ring because of, you know, everything that happened to her. She had a temporary injunction through 2021. So yeah, she's going through it. So I'm glad to see that she is good and still and back in the WWE. But I hope that the case has been closed and it's in her favor, to say the least, you know, because that whole situation is unfortunate and that's really scary. Those guys got to do better, man. It's a shame. It truly is a shame that women have to live with fear like that, especially the women wrestlers, you know? It's crazy. It's absolutely insane, bro. But I'm going to try to lighten it up now with number 8. All right, so we all know about Madcap Moss and his terrible, terrible joke telling. Well, it turns out he apparently contemplated having a stand-up career. And who would want to see that, bro? So, in an interview with WWE Español's El Brunch, the SmackDown superstar was asked where he got his passion for comedy from. And he basically said, you know, it's always been there. He's always been a jokester. So the character that he portrays has always been part of who he is. So it's pretty natural. But he also had talked about how he has in a way, considered doing stand-up, but he never really took it that serious. He's only dabbled in it. He actually talked to Dolph Ziggler about possibly going doing stand-up, because I didn't know this, but Dolph Ziggler is also a part-time comedian. So he thought about maybe trying his hand in it in the future, which would be interesting, only if he actually is good at it, because right now we all know he's a terrible, terrible jokester, but that could just be his character. And a little bit more background from him, because he did touch on it in this interview. He was a linebacker for the Minnesota Golden Gophers with dreams of going to the NFL. Unfortunately, they didn't work out, but he did try to take his talents to the WWE. The first tryout didn't go so well, but they told him to come on back for a second one, and that one went good, and now he is where he is now. So that's super dope. The team that he tried out for, just throwing that out there, was the Miami Dolphins. Could you even see him in a Dolphins uniform? That would be so weird, man. I'm glad that he's in the WWE, and I actually do like his character. Maybe try less jokes, more wrestling. I don't really like the jokes. I'm glad that he's not doing stand-up. But like I said, it could just be his character. But we got a comment. What's up, Keith? Let's see. Madcap Moss, a comedian and wrestler. I was wondering if he got tips from Dolph. Maybe. But because it's not as corny, and he's not really telling that many jokes right now. So I mean, we'll see. Maybe he'll get funnier over time. That's what I'm hoping. Especially if he was dabbling and talking about going into comedy. He's got to get better at it then, because oh boy. But that's all I got to say about that one. So let's just get into number 7. All right, guys, so Brock Lesnar has finally been seen for the very first time since his loss at WrestleMania 38. And it's not like how you would think. It wasn't in a wrestling venue. It wasn't in anything like that. He actually was seen on Twitter. This Twitter handle found him doing what his second passion is, I guess, and that's being a butcher. The Perkins brothers, aka the Bearded Butchers, revealed Thursday that Lesnar reached out to them and shared a photo of his latest butchering expedition. Apparently that's the thing that he likes to do. He likes to cut meats and whatnot. So that would be dope. Brock's Butchers. That would be a dope name for his thing. And I think, yeah, Brock, the Bearded Butcher, Brock Lesnar's blend. So that's the thing that he does. I think that that's so interesting, bro. Like, I thought that this was pretty cool. And I mean, I guess everybody has to have some kind of passion without just wrestling. There always has to be a second step. So I guess this is going to be his next little business venture that he does. But, you know, getting into the wrestling aspect, he is still advertised to appear on SummerSlam on July 30th. But he isn't advertised, like I said a few weeks ago, he's no longer advertised on the Money in the Bank event on July 2nd. So there could be some changes. We have no idea. I have no idea what's really going on with Brock. But yeah, you know, it's real touch and go for him. Is there anything even left for him to do right now? I don't really think so. I think he can enjoy stuff. Like, we also saw him at Arizona Coyotes NHL game. He was enjoying himself. So I think, yeah, man, let that man enjoy himself right now. What's he gonna do in the WWE right now? Who's he gonna face that we were gonna want to see? Yeah, we like him as, like, you know, his gimmick and you know, what he does for the fans. But as far as fighting, who's he got left to fight that we want to see? I don't know. But I see we got another question. That would be a new gimmick from Brock the Butcher. That is a dope nickname, but I don't think he's gonna. No, you know what? He should bring that to the WWE, because then everybody gets fair marketing. But I think the WWE would probably screw Brock, even though Brock has a pretty good relationship with like Vinnie Mac. I would assume. Still, man, you know, Vince McMahon can't get too much money, and the moment that he trademarks Brock the Butcher, it's gonna be over with. So I don't know if Brock wants to really bring that into the WWE, but it would be a cool gimmick to have for sure. I definitely agree with that. But that's all I got for number 7. So let's move on to some pretty funny / interesting news with number 6. All right, guys. So number 6 is pretty weird, I guess. It's just like some stupid stuff happened. What is it? A stage malfunction, I guess you can call it, or ring malfunction. We'll go with ring malfunction. And for those of you who don't know, over the course of the kickoff for the 2022 European tour that the WWE is doing in Newcastle, England, Drew McIntyre defeated Bobby Lashley. But you guys see anything wrong with the ring? I'm sure everybody sees it. The top ropes are broken. So apparently in the middle of the match, Bobby Lashley was slung over the ropes and they snapped and he just went flying. And so Sami Zayn was there luckily to make sure he was okay, as well as an officiant. Bobby Lashley actually did not hurt himself. It's a pretty precarious picture though, isn't it? But luckily he was fine. Sami Zayn helped him back up and they did finish the match. McIntyre even tweeted after with the photo saying, thank you, WWE Newcastle. We tore the house and the ring down. I just thought that this was a silly little thing, man. It sucks, but malfunctions happen. I'm glad that they were able to continue their match. It's just as funny to just see that just kind of slacking off in the side. Like, man, that sucks. But I guess that can be Drew McIntyre's new gimmick, because didn't he break the top rope the last time at WrestleMania? He did. So they could have just worked that in and made that his new thing. Maybe they will. It's just something interesting. Thought that would be cool to put up. But let's get into now number 5. All right, so we have an update for you on the Bret Hart situation in his WWE contract. So last time I did a top 10, I did mention Bret Hart was not doing anything with AEW. And the whole thing was there's been this whole debate around what Bret Hart has going on with the WWE. And it was rumored that he was in a contract that kept him away from being in anything AEW related. Turns out the only WWE contract that Bret Hart has is a merchandise contract. So it doesn't really affect his AEW involvement. At least that's the rumor. There's no real say on what is going to happen. Like, I have no idea why he isn't in. And especially, with the whole Owen Hart Foundation tournament happening, and he still has no word, or there's no word about him being there. And I don't think Bret Hart has any idea if he's there. We know Dr. Martha Hart will be there, Owen's widow, but no word about Bret Hart being there. So I don't know why he won't be there. Maybe there is a stipulation in his contract. I don't know, but that would be weird if it's just a merchandising gig. If that's all it is, why won't he be there? I heard that there's some bad blood between him and Martha, so maybe that's the only thing keeping him away. But he did say in an interview too that he never got any word from AEW about him being there. I don't know. Maybe it's a whole bunch of I won't go unless you say I go. But AEW is like, why wouldn't you go? I don't know. Sounds like some drama to me. Sounds like a whole lot of BS, but it is news. And at least I wanted to keep you guys updated on that whole Bret Hart situation. So hopefully he is there, but I don't know. It's no word yet, bro. We're just gonna have to find out. But here's some really cool news with number 4. Oh, there we go. All right, so we have a UFC champion calling out the Ronda Rousey. Bruh, I was not expecting to see this on my feed today at all. If you don't know what I'm talking about, UFC champ Juliana Pena has called out Ronda Rousey in a real disrespectful way. So, for those of you who don't know, Pena defeated Amanda Nunes to become champion back at UFC 269 in December, and her first title defense will be a rematch against Nunes this year. So, there's already hype behind Juliana, but here's some backstory for those who don't know about a little bad blood between Juliana and Ronda. So, bro, Juliana is the first female to win the Ultimate Fighter, and it was on the series where it was Team Miesha Tate versus Team Ronda Rousey, and Juliana Pena was with Team Tate. So they were already on the opposite sides. And the crazy thing is Ronda told her, to her face, that she was going to be a tougher fight than Miesha Tate ever would be. But when the time ever came, that she would still kick Juliana Pena's ass. She said that to her. So for that to be already what's said, I know Juliana Pena's been waiting for this moment. Now that she's champ, she's like, what better stage to do it in? You know, she's on top of the world right now. She shocked the world by beating Amanda Nunes. So I know that that's the fight that she wants. And to further it up, she even said that Ronda Rousey didn't even earn that belt that she got in the UFC. She said that they handed it to her just because Dana White liked her. So that is some real fighting words. And unfortunately, we have not heard anything from Ronda Rousey. I'm of the belief that Ronda Rousey is not coming back. Like, she is done with the UFC. She is fully retired. She is not coming back. Her time is over with. I think that it's only right that Juliana Pena would call her out. Like, why wouldn't she? Like, if she was talking that much crap before, why wouldn't she call her out now? I think that that's exactly the strategy, but she don't want that smoke. Ronda Rousey is finished with UFC. And, I mean, I'll eat my words if that's not the truth. But from the last performances that we've seen, I don't think we want her back in the UFC. Just stay in the WWE. Let her talk her shit. It's your fault. You did talk trash first, but don't get coaxed in. You're done with that. Just stick with wrestling, bro. It's cool. It's cool. Nobody will think any less of you. I promise. But with that being said, let's move on to number 3. All right, so Josh Alexander's new opponent has been revealed. Josh Alexander will be facing Tomohiro Ishii next at Under Siege. So Alexander became the Impact World Champion last Saturday after he defeated Moose at Rebellion, and he then retained in the last Impact episode when he went against Moose again and defeated him once more. So now, after that match, that whole like headbutting scene that you saw on the previous slide, this one here, that happened. So now the next fight that there will be is this one at Under Siege. This is going to be a really dope one. I'm a fan of Tomohiro Ishii, but I'm a way bigger fan of Josh Alexander. This one may be a banger. I don't see it being a squash at all. It should be very interesting. So look out for it, guys. It's going to be dope. Tune in to Impact Under Siege for sure. So with that being said, I'm ready to move on again. Let's go into number 2. All right, so this isn't even necessarily new news if you've been following into the Wrestleverse for the past week and a half, I guess, or just the past week. The IInspiration tag team duo has apparently called it quits in terms of, you know, in-ring wrestling. Kind of sad, man. They announced Wednesday they're indefinitely stepping away from in-ring action, but, you know, they thank their supporters, they thank the Impact family, and they've made some pretty huge waves in the women's tag team division all around wrestling in the Wrestleverse. So it kind of sucks, but I think that they earned it. And if you don't know about their resume, they are one-time WWE Women's Tag Team Champions and one-time Impact Knockouts World Tag Team Champions. And they were known as the Iconics in WWE. So you may know them as that, and that's them and their belts right there. So like I said, it sucks. It sucks that they're done for now, but they didn't say that they were done. They just said that they're done indefinitely for now. So maybe they'll make a comeback later. I don't know. And I haven't heard why they've decided to, you know, call it quits for now, but I'm sure it's a good reason. So let them take their step back and then come back better than ever, right? So we'll see. But with that being said, I'm ready for my favorite one, and I think this is going to be you guys' favorite too. Let's get into number 1. So the one thing that we know always for sure, the same way that, you know, the sky is blue, you know, Florida's always going to be hot, all those things, all universal rules of the world. We know that MJF is going to be MJF no matter what. And MJF has done some crazy nonsense and has caused the Pittsburgh airport increased security. And this is one of the funniest stories I've ever heard. So earlier this month, MJF shared a picture of him behind legendary Pittsburgh Steelers running back Franco Harris. Prepare yourselves for this picture. This is probably the most disrespectful picture for the Pittsburgh Steelers fans. And he said in the caption that this is how he feels about Pittsburgh. After he pulled this stunt, they have amped up security all around the statue to make sure that this never happens again. But you know MJF, he doesn't care about your rules. He doesn't care about your security measures. He made it certain it doesn't matter, and he plans on doing it again. So like I said, bro, MJF is going to MJF no matter what. So, but the fact that he was that disrespectful to begin with is so effing crazy to me, bro. Like, how is that, like, that's not acceptable. Like, you can't just do that. He's the ultimate heel, and he's so young. But, bro, this man is a true douche, and I love it. He is so crazy, bro. And I agree with you, Keith. He is out of his effing gourd. But I love it. How could you not? He's a perfect heel because he's a heel in real life. He's a troll on Twitter. He's a troll on everything. Like, you gotta love it, man. He plays the character because that's who he is in real life. He's literally the Miz everywhere. I love it, bro. I love it. I'm a huge fan. Just off of that alone. Because I'm not a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan either. So, screw it. But that is your top 10 tonight, guys. That's all I have for you. But, you know, as always, like, share, comment, subscribe to Take It to the Ring. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Take It to the Ring, TTR Wrestling. We got a whole lot more coming for you guys today. Oh, we got AEW tonight. We also have SmackDown tonight. All Real Crew tomorrow. We have UFC. Fortunately, no Bellator, but I'll be covering UFC. We have in the mix later too. So yeah, we got a whole lot coming for you guys. But I do see we have a few more comments. Oh yeah, bro, the Katie Taylor fight. That's tomorrow, isn't it? I don't think I'm wrong. I think it's on the 30th. Yeah, I reported it's on the 30th. So yeah, that's coming up too. We're definitely gonna talk about that, Keith. So tune in for that. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be a good one. Just because of all the WWE stuff that's following it too. It's gonna be awesome, bro. I'm excited. I'm super excited. But yeah, man. I will see you guys tomorrow, I guess. Oh, I'll be live tweeting all night. So follow us on Twitter, like I said, on Take It to the Ring and TTR Wrestling, all that, man. But oh, it's midnight. Midnight tonight? Oh crap. Okay. I'll be up. Fine. I got newborns, man. I got infants. I'm up at midnight every night. I'll tune in. What's up? Let's talk about it. But yeah, man. That's you know, I'll just end it off here. And yeah. As always, guys, it's your boy T-John. Thank you for tuning in as always. And until next time, keep it real.